this is Scott from Scott in the System, and today our guest is Espoir Mabengo, the director for the ADA Coordinator Training Certificate Program of Missouri University. Thank you for coming today.
No problem. And just to make a quick correction, I'm actually the coordinator of the program. Somebody else is the director, but I mean, I basically run it. So me and him.
Okay, yeah. We want to get the proper title, yes. Yeah, thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
How did you become involved with the ADA training program?
So it started when I applied and got my job at the Great Plains ADA Center here at the University of Missouri. So my boss, Mike, he basically started the program, and it started to catch a lot of steam. We started getting a lot more members, and so yeah, he just basically needed somebody to help him fulfill duties for the program, and he chose me for the job. So yeah, basically just kind of by default. I was looking for a job out of college, and so we worked at the Great Plains ADA Center, and our director was one of our former state senators, Chuck Graham, who sadly passed away last year during the pandemic. And I was friends with him, and he told me about the program, and he said, he had somebody that was running it and they needed help. And I said, sure, I would definitely be happy to do it. And so I've been there ever since, about 6 years now.
Yeah. How would you define the job description for an ADA coordinator upon completing this course?
So I would say ADA coordinators is any individual. Sometimes this individual knows he's going to be the ADA coordinator. A lot of times they're maybe on vacation at their job, and then their place of employment recognizes that they need someone to facilitate and address ADA issues. And by the time they come back, they're informed that they are the new ADA coordinator. And so that's usually how it starts off. And their duties basically is to make sure to address and facilitate all ADA issues within their place of employment. Our program is targeted towards Title II, which is state and local entities, but it also covers places of public accommodation, so employment, places of accommodation, and then miscellaneous aspects of the ADA as well.
Okay.
So basically someone who files the complaints, deals with the architecture of the building, making sure it's accessible. Yeah, quite a few tasks that come with being an ADA coordinator.
What made the university and the Great Plains ADA decide to design this program?
So at our office, we do a lot of technical assistance where people call us and they ask us questions regarding the ADA, especially for employment issues. And so my boss, Mike Edwards, started to notice that there were a lot of people nationwide that were calling our office that just apparently didn't have a clue, knew nothing about what an ADA coordinator is, their tasks, their duties. And so he decided to start a program that would address this issues for people. He realized that it was this was a position in demand. First of all state and local entities with a certain amount of employees are required by law to have an ADA coordinator. And so this was a position in demand, and that a lot of people were not, as I said, weren't informed on this position and its duties. So we decided to start a training program to train people nationwide on the role of the ADA coordinator.
So there was basically some structure to the information, I would presume.
Yeah.
Okay. The Great Plains ADA Center coordinates and administrates the program.
Yep, that's correct. And we are part of the University of Missouri.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is there any particular reason why more universities or otherwise do not offer this program?
I mean, there are a couple, but you're right, there aren't many. So since the ADA is kind of I don't want to say a new piece of legislation, it's been around for a while now. A lot of people, and I would say that were trained in human resources and such, when maybe before the early 90s, weren't really aware of this position, and a lot of universities weren't aware of this position. So I assume they just haven't really haven't really thought about it, and so yeah, it's definitely lacking programs nationwide. I'm really not sure. I mean, we try to get the word out to people that obviously this is a position that needs to be filled, and that the training has to be highly sought out as well. But I don't know the exact reason why not more universities and such have a training program.
Yeah.
I believe we're the first or second biggest one nationwide. But
Okay, I get it's just not taken seriously enough on a national basis, I guess we could say.
yeah, I didn't exactly want to say that, but yeah, I could come to that conclusion as well.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just another, addition to the bureaucracy, and how people feel about that. More work for people putting something together. So yeah, there are quite a few reasons, I would assume.
Okay.
Yes.
How is the training provided?
So it's an online and conference-based program. So most people have to attend at least one of our conferences. So we put together multiple conferences throughout the year, about, I would say, 3 or 4 conferences, which includes the ADA Symposium, which is the grand conference of the ADA. We usually do that at the end of the year every year, we usually do that in the summer, every year. And so you'll have 4 opportunities to attend a conference. In addition to that, everything else you basically take online. So yeah, so it's online and conference based. That's basically the structure of it.
As far as the conferences are concerned, do they take place all in one location, or?
No, so we try to hit different regions throughout the year. Since this is a national program, we have people training all through the country. So we try to at least with every year and a half within every year and a half hit every region. So we'll have one in the Northeast, we'll have one in the Southwest, Southeast, Northwest, and mid-Missouri. So yeah, they're all over the place. We've been in multiple cities.
For those of us that has trouble traveling by no physical limitations or otherwise, is it possible to do it online as opposed to in person, or?
Yeah, no, we definitely have sessions recorded, and we're able to accommodate anyone that's not able to attend the conference in person. And also, due to the pandemic, we've transitioned a little bit to, or actually fully transitioned. So now we're doing both, to virtual conferences. So we do in-person and virtual. So like the symposium coming up, which will be in the Virginia, DC area, we'll do the virtual conference first in May, and then in September we will do the in-person conference. So which allows more people to attend the conference, and it's just more of a balance, I believe. So, and it's been working out pretty well.
I would think so. I just want to make that clear for my listeners so they don't feel discouraged because they might have limitations that would allow them to travel freely as a normal individual.
Yeah. And we can definitely accommodate. And all these virtual, all the virtual conferences or the virtual courses, they're all recorded as well. So we can use that as well. Go back through our database, and any course offered they can take.
Who issues this certification?
So this certification is issued through the University of Missouri. It's through the Architectural Studies Department. So it's actually an official credited certification. It's put together by a lot of members. We worked a lot with the DOJ, the DOJ. Mike Edwards runs the program, and just basically the whole ADA community. We try to get together to put a lot of these courses. Yeah.
Do you need to be a ADA coordinator to participate?
No, you do not. We actually have so this is a very comprehensive program. So we've got a lot of architects, human resource managers, engineers. So it covers many industries. And so you don't have to be an official ADA coordinator to join the program. But we do obviously have a lot of ADA coordinators that do. And a lot of healthcare workers as well.
Okay.
So,
Can those interested in the program feel confident the course is up to date?
We try to update it. We go through everything we offer every year, and we make sure all the statutes are up to date, all the information is up to date. And we also coordinate with all the other ADA centers throughout the country. And we try to do like a community program where everyone's kind of involved. But it comes through our office.
What is the time limit for completion of the course?
So once you become a member, you've got 3 years to get the certification. Most people get it. I would say it usually takes people about maybe 5 months to a year. But just kind of depends on how you pace yourself, because a lot of it is online. So if you fly through it, you can get it done a lot quicker. You do have 3 years to get it. So that should be plenty of time. And once you become a member, once you get the certification, it's good for 3 years after that. So you've got 3 years to get it. Once you become a member, you take the courses, attend a conference, and then once you get the certification, it's good for 3 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how many credit hours are we talking before you take the test for your certification?
So altogether, including the prerequisite, you need 41 credits. So that's broken down in the foundation courses and then elective courses. Each foundation course is worth 3 elective credits automatically. There are 6 of those courses. So there's the foundation required, and then we have the foundation option. So 4 of those are the foundation option. 2 of those are the, 4 of those are the required foundation, and 2 of those are the foundation option. And those are worth 3 credits each. In addition to that, we have our elective credits, and those we offer quite a few online. You could also take them at the conferences. In addition to that, anything that you take that's related to our ADA topics can be credited as an elective. And those are credited by duration in hours. So if you attend an event, maybe in your local area, an ADA event that's related to our topics, if it's an hour and a half long, then it's 1.5 credits. If it's 2 hours long, it's 2 credits. So that's kind of how that system works. And altogether, you need 41 credits, 18 foundation and 22 elective.
Okay.
And then the prerequisite.
What are the costs involved? As I understood it, the foundation credits are one straight cost. Well, the conferences portion can vary if I recall correctly.
Yeah. So the initial membership fee is $300, which covers all the online resources, the online exam, and then just the courses in itself. So that's $300. In addition to that, the conferences are separate costs. Those range, that ranges depending on the conference. So the ADA Symposium, which is the grand conference of the ADA, that usually ranges between, I would say, we have an early bird registration, and then we'll do the last, the later registration. Early bird registration is usually between, I say, $750 and $800, and then it just kind of goes up from there. But we usually not more than $900.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, that's a separate cost than the actual fee to join the program. It's the conference. The symposium is actually a separate entity in itself, and then we have so we actually have our ACTCP conferences, and those are we have about 2 to 3 throughout the year, and those range between $350 and $500. So they're kind of smaller conferences, and those are directly for people that are involved in the program usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, that doesn't, include your own personal travel expenses. And
Yeah.
so
That's yeah. But like I said, we've transitioned to the virtual conferences,
right.
So that should be a lot more inexpensive for people because
Right.
there won't be any traveling. So,
Right.
but some people like to actually be in person and see the speaker and talk with them after, maybe go to dinner with them, or so we get a lot of people attending the in-person conferences. But yeah, you definitely have an opportunity to do the virtual one if you want to cut some costs.
Right.
Yes.
Being I'm in the Michigan area, typically if they have a conference in Michigan, where does that take place? Detroit or?
Yeah, it would be in Detroit. It would be in Detroit. We try to look for the hubs where there may be a major airport, just because we have people flying in through all over the country. So it would. I think our last one, we tried to do one in Michigan. That was right before the pandemic, and that one was going to be in Detroit. So yeah, we try to hit major cities, and since they're a couple of days long, it gives an opportunity for people to congregate after the conference. We like to. They're usually not hotels in nice areas where you can go to nice restaurants and just kind of be around other people within your industry. Yeah.
Yeah, they want to do some networking, I'm sure.
Exactly. A lot of networking in these conferences.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of shared ideas and such.
Okay. Does this training program offer possible job placement potential. I like to clarify that, meaning I know it's not something the university offers per se, but after one would get the certificate, where would they want to show that for potential employment purposes?
So we actually have we have a little like HUD within our website where we have job listings that we post all the time. So that's definitely an avenue for job placement and employment. But just in general, this position is in very high demand throughout the country. So I mean, you can just really go online and go and type in ADA coordinator positions in your area, and I'll guarantee you there will be something there for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's almost a guarantee.
What piqued my interest about this was a few weeks to contact you, I got a job posting through the Great Plains web site email list I'm on, and they had a job offer from Illinois University, and they were gonna pay that position 80 to 90,000 a year, but that was with 5 years experience as well. So my question would be, about what pay range would you say this offers for entry level?
Entry level, I would say probably start at $45,000-$50,000 a year, depending on the company and the industry, how large the place of employment is. But yeah, I would say it's, I mean, yeah, usually offers start around about $40,000 a year. That's probably at the very, very bottom.
That's kind of what I was thinking. If Illinois was offering 80 to 90 with 5 years experience, so I figured probably about half that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like, I mean, it's in high demand, and yeah, I mean, it's not an easy job by any means, but there's definitely benefits, and salaries are pretty good from what I've seen.
What makes you say it has its difficulties?
Just because you have to deal with the broad range of people. You have to deal with the place of employment itself. Sometimes they don't want to work with you. They don't always want to work with you. They don't always want to budge. They don't want to transition their work practices. So sometimes you really got to fight to make changes without your place of employment. But I mean, if you can, if you can make changes happen, I think it's well worth it.
Right. Yeah. Make it more accommodating for the, the general public much as possible.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and if anyone has any more questions, you can visit our website at adacoordinator.org. We have a bunch of tabs on the top. There's an About tab, and then there's a Requirements tab. And if you can scroll through that, and that'll kind of give you more information about the program. And one more thing, I didn't mention the exam. So once you get the 41 credits, you have to pass a final exam with an 80% or better, very comprehensive exam. It's online. It's 1 week long usually. During the holiday season and breaks, we'll extend it. Sometimes we'll do 2 weeks. But yeah, it's online, so you kind of pace yourself and go back and forth. You can look things up. So what we shoot for is not so much, because I mean, the ADA is a very it's a civil rights bill. Very big piece of legislation. So instead of knowing every single point of the bill, what we look for within this program is for people to know more how to get information on ADA and what to do as a coordinator, rather just knowing everything from the top of your head. So it's a tough exam, but we try to teach you of how to obtain information when you have questions throughout the training. So that's kind of what we target within the program.
So it's no cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination.
No, that's correct. No, it's not. I mean, most people pass. So we administer the final exam on the last week of every month. And if you don't pass, we'll usually give people 3 chances. We'll send them an email with the testing information and the password. Usually most people pass by that second time, but if you don't pass by the third, we'll work with you. I mean, we try to make sure everyone gets through the program. So you don't have to worry about failing the test and paying another $300 or anything and starting all over. Yeah, we're pretty lenient on that. As long as you understand how to get the information, that's really all we're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the main point here is, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do your homework or due diligence.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps.
Well, thanks again for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate you kind of putting the word out there about our program. It's grown quite a bit since I joined it. I think we had maybe 400 people. Now we're up to, I think, over 3,000 people that have gone through the program and just grown.